Welcome back to LiveLeanTV. I'm Jessica Guthrow, and today we're going to talk about pull-ups for women. If your goal is to get a pull-up, 4 things you should be doing and 4 things to avoid. First of all, I just want to say how awesome it is that a pull-up is your goal, because pull-ups really are very challenging for women. Not a lot of women can even do 1 pull-up. So it doesn't mean it's impossible, but it is definitely a challenge. And even setting yourself up with the goal to be able to do 1 is a big deal in itself. So congratulations on that. I know when I first tried pull-ups, I could not do them, but by putting in the work and following the right steps and training in the right way, really focusing on the right muscles and using the right techniques, I was able to get myself from 0 up to 10 consecutive pull-ups. So if I can do it, I really believe any woman can do it. You just have to have a plan of action and train smart. So in today's video, I wanted to share with you 4 of the common mistakes I see women making when their goal is to do pull-ups, and then also 4 recommendations in case you just have no idea where to start. So let's start off with the mistakes. The first one is to not hang from the bar like dead weight. Not just to protect you from injuries, but also to actually gain some benefit out of the exercise. Hanging from the bar alone isn't gonna really do any magic for you. You have to be engaging your muscles while you're doing it. So think of it as an isometric back exercise. Engage your lat muscles and then hold as long as you can. You want to make sure to continue to breathe throughout this exercise, and it's fine if you can only do 5 seconds when you're first starting out. You can work your way up to doing 30-second or 60-second holds, but you just have to make sure your muscles are engaged every time. Hanging from the bar is an excellent exercise to get your hands and arms and back muscles strong enough to do pull-ups, but a lot of women make the mistake of just grabbing onto the bar and hanging like dead weight without engaging the muscles. Now our next mistake is the neck reach. So reaching up with your chin in efforts to get closer to the bar is a big mistake when you're trying to learn pull-ups. You want to keep your chin and neck in a neutral position and focus on using your back muscles to pull yourself up. And of course, in the beginning, this is going to be easier said than done, but it's one of those habits that you have to ingrain early so that you don't create a bad habit of reaching your chin every time you do a pull-up. So instead of reaching and straining with your neck and crunching all the muscles in the back of your neck and causing problems in your traps and neck muscles, you should have a partner spot you, or use resistance bands looped around your knees, or use an assisted pull-up machine, or just find some other way to do pull-ups without straining your neck. And the third mistake is unfortunately the saddest one and the most common one that I see with women who have a pull-up goal, is to give up on the pull-up goal entirely out of frustration that it's not happening as soon or as easily as expected. You have to go into this with your expectations being pretty low and realizing that it could take you several months or even several years to achieve this goal. So if you give up in the first 10 days, then you're not gonna get yourself any closer. So if you set yourself up with the goal that this is gonna take you a year and then you're actually able to achieve it in just 3 months, you're better off than if you thought it was only gonna take 3 months and then you give up and never achieve it. And the length of time that it takes you is completely dependent on your starting point and how hard you're working at it, and lots of factors. But the point I'm trying to make here is don't give up no matter how long it's taking, and don't set your expectations that it's gonna be really easy or really fast to achieve. The 4th mistake is for the super ambitious ladies who think that they can practice their pull-ups every single day without rest. When you overwork yourself and you're overusing the muscles required for pull-ups, you're gonna develop things like elbow tendonitis, your lat muscles won't be able to get any stronger because they won't have a chance to recover, and you're gonna just risk emotional and mental burnout as well. So rest days are absolutely essential. Whether it's for this goal or any other type of workout, your body does need rest in order to grow stronger. Remember, this is a major muscle group compound full body exercise, and it is tiring and taxing. So you definitely need rest. I wouldn't recommend doing pull-up practice more than 2 to 3 consecutive days in a row without taking a rest day. Now, for some things you want to make sure that you actually do when your goal is to achieve pull-ups, number 1 is to do vertical pull exercises. And you can do these in a variety of ways. You can do pulls with a cable machine in the gym. You can loop a stretch band around your pull-up bar and do vertical pulls with a stretch band. You can do single arm vertical pulls. Any pull where you're pulling something from above your head down to your shoulder area, that's the kind of exercise you want to be focusing on. There are lots of variations of vertical pull exercises, so focus on those and make sure that you're doing them, including them in your workout routine at least 2 to 3 times a week consistently. The next is to include isometric core exercises. So that includes planks, hollow bodies, any kind of core exercise where you're having to stabilize and maintain constant tension without movement. So holding still, but your abs are turned on. Abs are such a huge part of doing pull-ups, and a lot of people notice that when their core gets stronger, pull-ups become easier. Another step further from that would be to include movement with your isometric core exercises. So try some different plank variations where you're holding a plank but your arms and legs are moving, or you're rocking back and forth or making circles. Different kind of movements incorporated with isometric core is perfect for getting you ready for pull-ups. And lastly, the thing you absolutely must do when your goal is to achieve pull-ups is work them into your schedule in an ongoing basis with rest days incorporated. Rest is so key and so important. I can't stress this enough. You will not be able to achieve pull-ups unless you do pull-up practice and take rest days. You really need a combination of the two of those to be successful. What I recommend for most people is to practice pull-ups at least 2 to 3 times a week. So write it in your schedule, Tuesdays and Thursdays or Mondays and Fridays or whatever days of the week that you want, and be really consistent about it. That means don't skip weeks and don't skip work days, but also don't do them every single day until you burn out and then you can't do them anymore. It's really important that you space your practice days apart and that you keep on doing them week after week after week until you are able to achieve that goal. I know that consistency is the hardest part when it comes to anything, whether it's changing your diet, changing your workout schedule, whatever. It's really easy to forget about your goals, but if this is so important to you, you will make it a priority and it will happen. Remember that there are lots of women in the world who can do pull-ups, and you can become one of them, but you have to put in the work and do it in a smart way. So I hope this video was useful for you, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. And if you're looking for the right workout program to work these vertical pulls and core movements into, I recommend you take our quiz at LiveLeanTV.com/quiz, and that will tell you exactly which workout program is going to be best for you based on your gender and what equipment you have access to and all of that. So take the quiz, it only takes a second, and find out what program I would recommend if I was talking to you personally. If you have any questions about pull-ups, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you at next week's video. Thanks, and keep living lean.